little piece of the
As
four.
Ennard says, there's a little bit of me in
Yes,
everybody.
that's what's supposed to mean, right?
Yeah.
And then after the Funtime animatronics happen, fucking William Afton is taking care of Cranshouts for not leaving everything, so he's not paying attention to his daughter, which his daughter goes to sister location and meets baby and then gets scooped up. But remembering the fucking baby is already has like a piece of soul in it. There's two souls in baby, right? Which, it's, fucking Will's after his daughter and one of the childs that died. And after that happens, after that happens,
I'd hate to
Will
interrupt again, but that's not what happened.
what happened?
I'm pretty sure she got scooped earlier in the timeline because he was busy in the diner or something where apparently Baby was able to perform before because one of her
Okay, well,
lines.
to be honest, the whole thing that while he was taking care of his son, that was just me making conclusions. I actually didn't know what he was doing at that time, but I know it
Okay,
was.
so from the evidence that I've seen, what happens is basically earlier in the story, basically Baby says in one of her quotes, "I was out before on the surface." She says, "Did you know that? Something something." Let's see. And so it was only Baby at the time, which she had blue eyes, obviously. Then
That was the first.
Elizabeth got scooped, and then her eyes turned green. And then later, the other Fun Times in Ballora was made in addition, which Ballora was created to hold his wife, who he murdered.
Right,
So
but okay, well, I mean, after they were all made, the fact still stands that they were all made from remnant.
yeah, but there wasn't two souls within Baby. It was just Elizabeth.
No, I don't mean two souls. I mean it was
You just
Elizabeth.
said that.
No, I mean Elizabeth's soul and like a piece of remnant because each piece of remnant also contains a part of soul of the four childs. So like in a way, yeah, she does have two souls. Oh, but I guess not because when Enter is made, Elizabeth is really like kicked out. She's not really part of it. She's like her own separate thing. She's like her own like scrap baby and shit, right?
Yeah, but that goes into them kicking out Baby because she was too bossy.
Yeah, right. Because it was
Yeah.
Elizabeth. So then after Enter enters fucking Michael Afton, which is
Michael
Michael Afton, which is
gets scooped.
which
Just
was
get scooped. Just
Beast.
move out of the way.
I'm trying to. You
Okay.
know how hard it is to remember this. Um, So in one of the 8-bit games, you're walking around the house as fucking William, and you see the guy sitting down on the couch. That's Michael watching the TV. Like this is a location every end of the night. He's watching the TV, so that's obviously Michael. So then, when Michael goes to his final work, he gets scooped out by Enter, which is the accumulation of Funtime Freddy, Funtime Bellora, and Funtime Foxy, right? But when he spews them out into the sewers, for some reason, you hear the voice of Baby, but Baby is not inside. And what I mean by that, that even though Elizabeth was his own separate thing, the remnant was still part of Baby, and that's the same remnant that was from Baby was molded into Ennard. So that's why you can hear the voices of Baby even after Purple Guy spews them out, but it's just Ennard. And then after, I actually don't know what happened after Ennard. I'm guessing he just went at the end. He just met the others at the last place where fucking
No, apparently Ennard was trying to rebuild himself as well, so he'd dig into dumpsters, and that's where you get the blobs mask that resembles Funtime Freddy. And apparently,
Oh
in
wait, no,
one
no,
of
no,
the
no, no.
books, shush. And I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, go on.
No, you just mocked me, and you
Fine.
called me insult to injury.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, okay, I remember. So then Enter turns into Molten Freddy, which is like the weird, like old Freddy head, but like
The
just a
blob.
bunch of like mechanical tentacles. Yeah, right. And after that happens, fuck. All right, let's remember. After that happens, they all get turned into Molten Freddy. So okay, so then Finance. Oh shit. Okay, here's
FNAF
what. Okay,
6.
I forgot Finance of Freddy 3 existed and after got stuck in the spring box.
So you
Mm.
just skipped over
I
that?
skipped over Finance of Freddy 3 without noticing. Oh fuck. I gotta remove my
And then
dot
the
for everything.
water droplet fell from the unfinished roof, blah blah blah. The
Okay,
spring
so
box
okay, so
returns.
let's say when William broke down the robots, we all saw that the kids spooked him. He got to the spring box too, right?
You scare them.
But okay, since William still somehow made the Funtime animatronics after breaking that, but in the same time he was also in the spring lock suit. I, how did he make them? In the meantime, he was stuck behind the wall. So I don't know about that. Honestly, that is a loose
I
end.
know about that, the details.
So then after that, he somehow also tells fucking Will fucking Michael Afton, which is his son. to go check on sister location. They're all underground to fucking reactivate them, and that's when fucking Michael gets scooped up, and
May
before
I
he got
help you with your theory?
yeah.
Okay, so from the video that I watched, basically what happened was the room that Michael was in when he was wearing the spring locks was one of the broken down rooms where basically the ceiling was like basically collapsed and the air was humid and a drop of water fell into the spring locks, returned to their original position, and then he's, basically dying. And then in the video, it was like one of the theories was that Henry had hurt him, and then when he walked in, he just shut the door, assuming that he had died. And then William was basically missing for days on end, and so Michael asks Henry. Henry tells him to check one of the sister locations or to check one of the other locations his father was at. He goes to sister location looking for his dad, mistaken for an electrician, and then he finds,
Oh.
Baby, who reminds him of Elizabeth and Valora. That strangely reminds him of his mom. Blah blah blah. He gets scooped.
No, but okay, but like after I don't know if this was after one of the endings of Final Fantasy 3 or Final Fantasy 4. There's a cutscene of fucking Michael Athens saying, "Father, I should be dead," but
That was FNAF 6.
that was FNAF 6. Oh my god, the fucking time is so fucking up. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, you're the one who told me that. You were like, "What was the cutscene at the end of FNAF 6 where?"
Right. No, because okay.
No, that was Ultimate Custom Night, which game was Custom Night? Was it?
Okay, because at the cutscene, Michael says, "Father, I should be dead, but I'm not. And my next step is I'm gonna leave." So he's saying that after everything happening in FNAF
Yeah.
6. Okay,
Basically,
so
because the newer games are more public or more finished, because FNAF was basically Costin's last attempt at making video games. That the earlier games are more messier with timeline and lore wise than the newer games because they weren't really planned out. If anything, they were planned out as they went along and not, brainstormed.
Okay, so fucking William Afton was stuck in the wall and as a spring lock too, right? Remember? But at that time, the Funtime and animatronics was already made, and that's when the crying child happened of that medication stuff, and that's when Elizabeth died. All of that sister location shit happened before presumably William Afton got turned into spring lock and got stuck behind the wall. And before that, he told fucking Michael Afton, his son, to check on his location, and that's when he gets scooped down, and then
Well, I don't think that happened because he hated his son for the death of his other son.
he didn't. What? What are you talking about?
Did you forget Crying Child existed?
No, I know Crack Tragedy, but I don't remember him ever blaming Tiss for him. I don't even think he knew.
No, he definitely knew.
What was the evidence source?
Where's your evidence and source?
I
Exactly. Checkmate,
it was presented to me in a dream.
In a dream. No.
Okay, well you probably okay. Well, first
Present your evidence.
you haven't let me finish.
Okay.
Okay. So before before he okay, so all of that fun time stuff happens, and before he even gets stuck behind the wall, he tells his other son to go visit his location to if he wants to see his fucking sister, and then there's his location, but fucking baby is sister, but she doesn't get she's not part of Enter, and yet Enter fucking takes control of William. He gets inside of William, but William is made out of robotic shit. Doody doo. I don't care about that. And then Enter gets spewed out, but then William is still alive. So then after William is still alive, that's when he says that Father, I should be dead, but I'm not. So that's when he starts hunting him down.
Michael. You've
Yeah,
been
well, that's
saying
when
William this whole time.
their names are confusing. Okay,
They're not
so,
that confusing.
so that's when Michael says, "Father, I should be dead, but I'm not, and I'm gonna be looking." When he says that, you can see Springtrap coming out of the shadows, which means signifying that William comes out of there,
Dude,
and
I'm
then
just gonna say it. When they burned this guy like 3 times and they still haven't learned their lesson.
right, fuck, right. So then Michael, okay, so yeah, so then fucking what's his name, Henry, what was it, Henry something,
Henry Emily.
Henry Emily, right? He makes the last pizza place, I think. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. It was from it was the last Final Phrase where like all the animatronics are meeting up, right?
FNAF 6?
FNAF 6, right? And
It was the
so
ultimate, it was the pizza place. No.
right,
Underneath the security breach.
right, and that restaurant was open for a good long time. And okay, at this point, these I don't think I heard this from rapper. I think these are just like my speculations. But when the cutscene happens, and Henry says, and to that one guy who got the job on the
To
ticket
my
for you,
brave volunteer,
he's my
you have a
volunteer.
job not intended for you.
And he says that if you're just where you wanted to be. It made me think, that the guy you're playing
He
as,
knew.
is fucking Michael.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
everybody knew you were Michael in that game.
yeah. I don't know. It just came up with. I thought about it. Like, yeah, like, that is Michael, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense that you're Michael.
So,
'Cause
so
it's
okay,
like to my, who was the job intended for? Is but the question.
a random guy, I guess, because Michael goes work.
Random.
Michael goes work there, and the restaurant stays, stays on for like a good couple of weeks, presumably because you don't really check all the animatronics at one night, so it does stay open for a good
I
some
wonder
good
if
weeks.
you could do that though.
It stays open for a few weeks, right, when checking all the animatronics out, and all the animatronics are appearing, in the back area. And that's when fucking William Afton is looking for his new spring, his new suit, his like shitty new Bonnie suit, which looks bad as fuck, right? You seen it, right?
Yeah, where his skull is exposed and it looks so dumb.
Yeah,
Like he
right.
looks like he has a 5 head, like not even a 4 head.
Right. So then after that, he also ends up there, but for some reason he doesn't like move. Actually, I don't know. I never really watched when you're playing and you're like expecting the I don't know if he like jump scare or anything or acted like human or anything. But as far as
No,
I know,
doesn't
there's
he
like,
tell you something when he jump scares you? Something about how you guys have met before or something? Like you're familiar?
mm,
I don't remember. There was something that he says that
right.
was like, Michael, it's me or something. I don't remember. It was something that
Right.
he would say that was odd.
So then all the fun time animatronics, I mean, all the Anna and all the other animatronics like Lefty, Bob, Laura, Michael
They
and
come
William.
back as Molten Freddy.
Yes, they're all there, right? And then Henry's like, well, everyone's gonna die, and me too. And
Hey, I
now,
have a question. Do you guys believe that Vanessa is a rebuilt version of Elizabeth?
no, I don't think so.
Because there's been so many animatronic children. Like every orphan has been an animatronic.
Okay, well, okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that you all forgot. Me forgot about, and I just remember now. Golden
Hmm.
Freddy.
Are you talking about how he doesn't make an appearance at all?
I'm talking about how he was in the first. He was in the first Federal Passport
Yeah, but
because.
Golden Freddy happened after,
Okay, wait.
the bite, which happens after Elizabeth dies.
No, wait. When did fucking William transfer his conscious into a digital shit? When
No,
did
so
when did he do
from
that?
what happened was apparently there was a whole thing like that you get information from Help Wanted where it's like the whole game was basically a big cover up for everything that's happened in the past locations and so they found old code
Well,
from one of the animatronics.
where did they found that out cold?
I'm pretty sure they found it in one of the old buildings or somewhere. I don't remember where they found it, but they
Oh,
found
okay,
some
okay.
old code, and they're like, "Hey, put this code in our game. We could probably use it for something." And apparently, William's soul had been implanted into it. And what is it with all these games and souls? Like, let the
Well,
dead
okay.
be dead.
So let's say in Final Fantasy 2 that happened. That's when they got the older core, right? At Final Fantasy 2, there was still reference of Golden Freddy being around. It's Cassidy and everything, and blah blah blah. That one that you shouldn't have killed, right? And
The one you shouldn't have killed. That was brought up so many times.
following MatPat's theory of Cassidy somehow
Being the
being also,
princess.
no, not that, but that Cassidy is like a soul stuck to him, like she's bonded with William to never leave him alone, to always torture him, right? She also became digital,
Like,
so yeah,
what do you
that's that's when she became, fucking the princess. Yeah, that's when.
mean? Wait, read
Yeah,
what you said.
she's ugly. Yeah, she is ugly. You're right. She is ugly. And then after that, on the when did the ultimate custom night happen?
Isn't Ultimate Custom Night before FNAF 6?
Can you fact check?
I don't. Because, this is before. Wait, no. Isn't it after FNAF? Wait. It has to be either before or after FNAF 6 because there's animatronics that we haven't seen before. The question was when does Ultimate Custom Night come in the timeline? Because I'm trying to think, because there were the toy animatronics were in Ultimate Custom
Oh,
Night, so
I
that's
get it
after
now.
FNAF 2.
I get it now. I get it.
What?
I don't think they specified how Cassidy was like transferred to the location where everyone got crushed. But after Henry saying, "For one of you, the darkest zip of hell has opened for you," I mean, like he's talking about
Old
William.
friend. Yeah, he says old friend.
So
He
okay, yeah.
spits.
So Ultimate Custom Night must have happened after Final Fantasy 6 because Ultimate Custom Night is supposed to be
Yeah, isn't it the
William's
cutscene
hell.
where the whole thing is on fire or something?
Yeah, and so Ultimate Custom Night is supposed to be William's hell because Cassidy just keeps him
Yeah,
there.
because of
Or like,
MatPat's theory being like, what old man
all my
consequences that
consequences wants her to leave the devil to his doings, but no, that he doesn't
leave
say
the
that
devil to
exactly.
his devils or something.
Exactly. So then, yeah, they also interfere in Fast and Furious Security Breach. But to be honest, and there, the story of Cassidy with William just kind of falls off. It feels like it's more about Freddy and Vanessa. Like, it just doesn't work with me.
No, I feel like it makes sense if it wasn't Cassidy, because the thing that I never understood was, in the My Happiest Day, where basically the puppet does the party and the kids finish the party they never got to finish.
Mm.
You know how it's like Crying Child was free from it, which it doesn't make sense.
Actually, Fast and Furious Security Breach, is the blob supposed to represent Molten Freddy?
Pretty sure the blob is Molten Freddy.
Just
Because
Molten
you
Freddy
find the
got.
blob beneath the Pizzaplex, which is also above the FNAF 6 location.
But okay, well, so that means Molten Freddy got fused with even more other animatronics because back then Molten Freddy was just him and the mask. But Fast and
And
Furious
then you
Security
can see
Breach,
the puppet and
yeah,
the.
exactly. So that means somewhere around there must also be Cassidy. Someone she must be like the main controller of it because you can tell, like,
Yeah, because of the way the Molten Freddy just grabs William and then the faceplates open up.
yeah, like,
Because that felt like Cassidy being like, no, boy, you dying with me.
and also, it's good to remember that fucking when Fredbear Family got stove and Michael was putting people in customs and killing them like teenagers too. I mean not Michael. I
Ah,
mean William.
yes, teenagers putting little kids' heads
No,
into
I mean William putting teenagers in spring
That's
lobsters.
why it's important to know the difference, because you make it confusing.
Okay, look. Okay, look. William putting teenagers in spring lobsters and kill them.
They were
If you
kids,
th-
but
if
yeah.
you think about it, when Michael grabbed his brother and that whole bite of 83 happened, his friends were there too, his three friends, and then with Macbeth's theory of Glamrock Freddy being Michael, it will make
Yeah,
sense
his
because
theory was also saying that those other people are quite literally Michael's friends.
yeah, because he says my friends are so angry, it's just this blah 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 blah, right? And because those
Yeah,
friends
why do
were
you think that? No, the reason that the theory makes sense is because why do you think Gregory is so aggressive with the other animatronics?
we are
Because it would
back.
basically be the crying child's revenge, just destroying them and stuff.
Did the crying child ever? No, the crying child got turned into a robot, didn't it? Because it was like the whole I
Yeah,
will
they're
fight
saying
together.
that the crying child is basically Gregory because of the eye glitchy effects.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. This whole franchise has something to do with teleportation and time travel. I forgot.
The teleporting bomb pit.
Okay,
Glad you
well,
remember. Yo, I
yeah.
saw that one.
Crying
I saw
child.
the meme. It was like after William. It wasn't. It was Michael doing the Rickroll.
Okay, well, okay, well. So Gregory is supposed to be the crying child robot version of the crying child, right? But the like the whole glam rock animatronics having feelings, it doesn't add up because like you could say that they were programmed to like have emotions and shit, but they're like too realistic. But then that comes to another question: if these are from another souls, whose spirits are controlling those now?
Well,
Because no, because they're not really hunting you because they're doing it out of anger or spirit. It's because they're literally just orders from Vanessa.
yeah.
So there, you can actually prove that one theory of Maphead is actually kind of wrong.
Well, yeah, but it only makes sense if it was true, you know. Cause I mean, not all of the Well, are all the animatronics always possessed? Cause I feel like there's certain animatronic that are.
No, well, I mean, like in Final Fantasy 2, the toy animatronics were not possessed. They were just like programmed to attack anything by their new highly security detective sensors.
Yeah, but like the thing about the robots that make it weird is they have personality, so it makes it more complicated. Because one theory was like, oh, Vanessa's just enhancing their worst traits, like Monty's aggression and Chica's what was it? What is it?
Eating behavior.
Gluttony, and Roxanne's narcissism.
Yeah,
Where it
but,
was
but
where the theory was basically like, oh yeah, it's just enhancing their negative traits.
and I feel like I can just throw that out as way because it's not really important about the whole. Oh, William Afton changed his old costume to the glam rock funny costume because look at the comparisons and how this happened and why glam rock is this. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't really matter. It just that doesn't matter at all. Um, so I think that'd be about it, honestly. Yeah.
Dude, I'm just saying we could have literally made a whole video of this where we're just arguing about what goes where.
Yeah, too bad nobody recorded it, and it's like 12 a.m.
Are you recording? Too bad.